Section 11.5, Multiplication with Polynomials. In this video, we're going to learn to multiply a polynomial by a monomial and to multiply two polynomials. In our first example, we want to multiply 4x times x squared minus 3x plus 12. So since we have a monomial, remember that's one term, times a trinomial, what we're going to do is just use distributive property. We'll take negative 4x times x squared, which would give me negative 4x cubed. Then negative 4x times negative 3x would be positive 12x squared. And then negative 4x times positive 12 would be negative 48x. Since we have no like terms and we have it in decreasing order, we're finished with the problem. In the next example, we're going to multiply a binomial times a binomial. Now, in the next video, we'll learn a special way to multiply those, but we're going to do distributive property, and we're going to take this 2x, and we're going to multiply by both of those terms. So 2x times 5x would be 10x squared. Then we're going to take 2x times 3, so that would be plus 6x. Now we'll do distributive property with our second term of negative 4. So negative 4 times 5x would be negative 20x. And then negative 4 times 3 would be negative 12. Now we do want to see if we have like terms that we can combine. So looking through our problem, our highest power is a 10x squared. Then we have a positive 6x and a negative 20x. So that's going to give me negative 14x and then minus 12. In the next problem, we're going to multiply vertically instead of horizontally. So we do this like we learned how to multiply back in elementary school. We're going to take 3 times everything in the top. So I'm going to do 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times negative 3y, and that would be a positive 6, so we'll put plus. 3 times negative 3y would be negative 9y. And then 3 times 7y squared would be 21y squared. Now we're going to move to our second term of 2y, and we'll multiply that times everything in the front, or in the top. 2y times 2 would be 4y, and we want to line that up underneath the 9y. 2y times negative 3y would be negative 6y squared, and then 2y times 7y squared would be 14y cubed. And now we've got everything lined up, we can just combine like terms. So since there's nothing with our y cubed, we just have 14y cubed. 21y squared minus 6y squared would be plus 15y squared. Negative 9y times plus 4y would be negative 5y. And then the 6 just comes down because that's the only constant. Let's look at another problem that's written vertically. So we're going to, again, just do what we did previously. We're going to take 1 times everything in the top. So I'm going to have negative 1. 1 times 3x would be 3x. 1 times x squared would be x squared. Then we'll take our negative 3x times everything. Negative 3x times negative 1 would be positive 3x. Negative 3x times 3x would be negative 9x squared. And negative 3x times x squared would be negative 3x cubed. Now we take x squared times everything. X squared times negative 1 would be minus x squared. X squared times 3x would be plus 3x cubed. And then x squared times x squared would be x to the 4th. Now, lining everything up and adding, we're going to have negative 1, then a 6x, a plus x squared and a minus x squared will cancel, so we'll get minus 9x squared. And then negative 3x cubed, positive 3x cubed will cancel, and we just have our x to the 4th at the beginning. In our last problem, we're going to multiply 3 binomials. So what you want to do is you want to start by taking 2 of those and multiplying them together first like we did previously. So I'm going to multiply these 2 together first by using distributive property. X times x is going to be x squared. X times negative 1 would be minus x. Then 2 times x would be plus 2x. 2 times negative 1 would be minus 2. Now remember, that still has to be multiplied by x minus 5. And now inside this second set of parentheses, I can combine and get x squared plus x minus 2. Now I'm going to do distributive property again by taking x times all three terms in the trinomial. So x times x squared would be x cubed. X times x would be plus x squared. And x times negative 2 would be minus 2x. And now we'll take our second term of negative 5 and multiply by our trinomial. So negative 5 times x squared would be negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times x would be minus 5x. And negative 5 times negative 2 would be plus 10. And now we can go through and combine like terms. We're going to have x cubed. Our positive x squared and a negative 5x squared is going to give me a negative 4x squared. Our negative 2x and our negative 5x will give me a negative 7x. And then we just bring down our constant of plus 10. And that's our answer.